Have you ever noticed that airports are always full, yet they never advertise? Hey, my name's Barry Magadidi, CEO and founder of The Game Changers, and last week we generated over 160 leads and more than 40 qualified appointment bookings for my team. One thing we see a lot is with the changes with social and the changes within the business economics, a lot of companies are struggling to get qualified leads and new business. You know, they're complaining of the competition, they're complaining of ever increasing cost per lead, and it's something that we see a lot. Yet really generating qualified leads on tap and ensuring that your business is constantly flooded with new opportunities really comes down to three core things that I want to share with you today. Number one is around niche. How well do you actually know your niche? Now, a lot of people talking about niche, but people don't really spend enough time digging down into their niche. They're like, oh, hey, we just want to target business owners that are doing $1 million a year. That's not enough. You really want to spend a long amount of time diving deep into understanding specifically who is your niche. What are their needs, what are their desires, what are their hopes, what are their dreams, what do they think about at night, what wakes them up in the morning, what activities do they do on the weekend. The more that you can understand about your niche, the more that you can understand the second part of this equation, which is around offer. Once you truly understand what your niche is, you're able to present them with an offer that's irresistible and has people rolling up and rocking up and lining up to do business with you. If you're advertising on the social at the moment, let's just say Facebook, and you're a business coach, you're a marketing agency, you are competing with so many other business coaches and marketing agencies, and that's not just business coaches and marketings, that's most other businesses. And so unless you really understand your niche and understand how to put in front of them, position in front of them a phenomenal offer, you're just going to be competing with all these other people that are possibly better marketers than you. You know, gone are the days where, you know, you're first to market with your product or service. And so unless you're doing something completely new, completely unheard of and different, you need to really understand your niche. You need to really understand what offer will they appeal to. Putting something down like, you know, make more money or have more free time is not a good offer. You need to speak an offer in such a way that when someone's scrolling on their newsfeed or someone looks at your sign or your billboard or opens up a direct response letter from you, that within a couple of seconds thinks and feels that you understand them better than anyone else that they've met before. Because ultimately, marketing comes down to this, and that is that if you're able to articulate to somebody their problem better than they can themselves, they automatically and unconsciously assume that you have the solution for that. And the last part of this equation is really understanding message. So you've done the research, you've got clear on what the niche is, you've got clear on what the offer is, but how are you going to message it in such a way that actually articulates that to them? You know, your niche, your offer needs to have a persona. You need to have a flavor in which you're able to communicate that so that your audience understands. If your audience is more of the higher class and you're trying to communicate to them in such a way that the offer's right, but the way that you communicate to them is like an Ocker Aussie, they're not going to relate to that. And that's why, once again, it's really important spending time diving down the niche. Whenever we're launching a new product into a new market, we would spend at least 1, if not 2 days on the niche document, niche insider document we have, really diving into the psychographics, the demographics of that avatar. We would spend the equal amount of time on offer. And the interesting thing is that when you spend enough time in the niche, enough time standing in their shoes, the offer automatically appears itself, rather than what a lot of people do is like, hey, I've got this cool course that I want to sell, let's just start running ads to it without really understanding the problem that you're solving. So the 3-step formula is niche, offer, and then message. Coming back to my first question around airports is that, as I said, you know, have you ever noticed that they're always full, yet they never advertise? And the thing is, they don't need to advertise because the airlines advertise for them. How can you develop a product or a service that's irresistible, that somebody else is willing to advertise it to their audience for you? That is the key, I think, to good marketing, is not being able to run fantastic Facebook ads, but when you have such a phenomenal product or service that really solves a problem in the world, that you have other people willing to advertise it for you, have other people willing to stand behind you and present it, pitch it on your behalf to their audience, to an audience that they've already spent money and time building. Barry Magadidi from The Game Changers. Trust has been of value. If you're wanting to spend some time really making sure that you've got the right model, make sure you've got the right niche, the right offer, we have process and systems for that, all within the Opulence program. Drop a comment below, either private message me through one of the social channels or jump on the gamechangers.com.au website, book a game plan session with one of my amazing growth and scaling experts, and they'll be able to help you to identify where the hidden opportunities are within your business, your product and service right now, so that you too can get a flood of incredibly high quality leads and new clients into your business. Thanks for watching, guys.